volume. This should be played at high volume, preferably in a residential area.
The following thoughts on Happy Hour do not represent Cox Media Group or its sponsoring. Anything you hear may and will be used against you. Thank you. The 2015 recipient of the Best Local Podcast by the Creative Loafing of Tampa. You are tuned in to Happy Hour. Syndicated on IRN and heard around the world on the Happy Radio app. From Chicago to Cleveland to Tampa Bay, you are plugged into Happy Hour.
What's up? This is Happy Hour. I am your host, Ryan Hoppe, and for the next hour, my goal in life is to change the way you think about things. For the next hour, I want my rants and my opinions to broaden your horizon. And Happy Hour also is an open discussion. I want to hear from you guys. So call me. It's 856-49-HAPPY. That is 856-49-HAPPY. Also, get the Happy Radio app in the Google Play and iPhone shop by searching up Happy Radio, Hoppe Radio, and there you can chat me live and you can listen to me anywhere in the world. Also, maybe you're shy and you don't have a smartphone, but you're on your computer and you want to get into contact with me. It's not hard. Tweet at me at Ryan Happy Radio, and I will be sure to check out your tweet. If you love me, if you hate me, if you're indifferent, I will check it out. Speaking of 856-49-HAPPY, when I'm not live, you can call me and leave a voicemail. And this guy from the 440 area code, which is Cleveland, left me this voicemail, and before I even play it, it cracked me up. I never get the people who get so mad and so riled up over radio. I don't get it. I used to be that way. I used to be huge into Opie and Anthony. I was a diehard pest. I would tweet at shows when they did Jocktober. I was really into it. But when you see the inside of radio and you see the exploitation, and I'm not going to dwell on the past, I'm just saying, then you're not as much into that type of mean radio. But here's the thing, I love when people freak out over radio. It just reminds me of when I was in 6th grade and I was immature. So I got this voicemail from this 440 area code, so you can probably guess what the guy from Cleveland has to say. And I'm not going to even give my take on what he said. I just think it's funny that he has so much anger over a little podcast in Tampa. So here it is. It's great.
Ryan Hoppe.
Oops, I pressed the wrong button. Call me, 856-49-HAPPY. That is 856-49-HAPPY. All right, here it is. This is a call from a 440 area code. He left me a voicemail, and you can always leave me a voicemail, 856-49-HAPPY.
Happy, you suck. You're a fucking 6'8" fucking cockmunch. Rover made you, bitch. Stop fucking acting like a bitch cunt.
So much anger in that message. He calls me a sea munch and then a C word and implies that I didn't make any of this show. And yes, when I'm on the radio, it gives me exposure. Obviously, being on the radio in Cleveland and now here in Tampa Bay occasionally, obviously that helped me. But I love the anger he has. You're a sea munch! Yeah, you are, runt! He's just, and you replace the R with a C. Yeah, you runt. I just don't get people that get so riled up over radio. But maybe if you're just tuning in, I got to play this one more time. This dude from a 440 area code in Cleveland left me this lovely voicemail.
You suck. You're a fucking 6'8" fucking cockmunch. Rover made you, bitch. Stop fucking acting like a bitch cunt.
I love at the end. He begins good. I haven't heard sea munch in a while. It's kind of a vulgar thing, not very creative, but I haven't heard it in a while. And then he says in the middle, the previous show I worked on made me Fine. If you want to think that, that's fine. I don't care. But then, he's doing good. He has his first point, his second point. It's kind of like a juicy, let's say, a juicy essay you write in high school. He has the good intro, then he's got the meat of things, he's got an opinion, but then he ends on, you're a C word. So if you want to leave me a voicemail, it's not hard. It's 856-49-HOPPY. And when I say all phone lines are open, then you can call me live. All right. So I'm not going to dwell on this long because I don't think when you're in the media, I don't like when other radio shows talk about other radio shows or other TV shows talk about other TV shows. I just think if you have to spend the time talking about somebody else, you don't have any material and you're out of ideas and you're not unique and it's very fabricated and it's just lazy radio. It's lazy journalism to be a critic and to rip into other people but not have anything positive to say. Like if you don't have anything nice to say and you spend your whole blog, radio show, podcast, TV show, whatever, YouTube video, and all you do is criticize, you might be out of ideas. But this next thing I want to talk about, I might be a little bit hypocritical, but I'm not going to call anybody out per se. But I despise sports journalism. I like a lot of sports guys on the radio like Scott Farrell and 670 The Score and ESPN 1000, and I like local sports radio as well. I'm a big fan of Mad Dog and everybody at WFAN, the Junkies in Washington, D.C. I'm a big fan of sports radio. I like it. But I'm not as much of a fan of TV sports. And it has nothing to do with their talent. It has nothing to do with how they present themselves or their bits. They have an agent. They make six figures. I do this show for free. I don't have an agent yet. So I'm not going to critique how far they've made it in their career, but this is what I'm going to critique. Every day when I'm at the gym, these sports networks, all three of them, are on. And before this whole Kaepernick thing, it was three different sport networks because they were talking about different things. One would talk about hockey, one would talk about, let's say, Kobe Bryant, and the next one would talk about the Olympics. But every single sports channel keeps on talking about Kaepernick. And I find that very, very odd. It made sense 2 weeks ago to talk about Kaepernick when everybody was outraged over it. But if you're honestly talking about Kaepernick, when there's actual NFL games and actual NFL highlights and plot lines that you could be breaking down, but you're spending the time of day you get on TV to keep on talking about this dead horse of a topic, then you are as creative as my cat's excrement, or you just have lazy writers on these quote-unquote debate shows. So I'm watching the TV when I'm on the treadmill at the gym. And I'm just watching the sports TV because it's right on in front of me and I can't change it, so you might as well watch it. And it made sense when Trent Dilfer criticized Kaepernick. He won a Super Bowl. Kaepernick hasn't. They both are quarterbacks. It makes sense. I'm fine with the NFL guys criticizing Kaepernick. If that's what you want to do and you don't want to talk about actual NFL plays or that Blaine Gabbert had a good game or that the Rams are a bust, fine. Thought it was very odd that they were talking about what Tony La Russa, the former Cardinals manager, had to say about Kaepernick. Now, if this was June or July and we were talking about Kaepernick, and he was talking about not wanting to be on his feet during the anthem, that would make sense. Because it's a slow news summer. You obviously have to find something to talk about. I get it. But when you have the MLB playoffs heating up, and the NBA around the corner, and the NHL around the corner, even though they don't really talk about the NHL, and you have the NFL in full swing, when you keep talking about Kaepernick, and you have to talk about a former baseball skipper's opinion on it, you need to just sit back for a few days and let the up-and-comers who would die to have a seat on one of the sports networks and give them a try. Because you're nothing more than a lazy tabloid when you're talking about a guy who's a baseball manager and his take on a professional football player that's on the bench. When you're talking about that, you're out of ideas. Just thought it was utterly ridiculous. I mean, come on. And the other thing that really irked me, the other thing I thought that was very odd, was I did a rant on Sunday, or Monday rather, about how 9/11's kind of becoming a soft subject where we're moving on from it, we're getting desensitized from it. 50% of people liked that rant, 50% of people didn't. It's okay. It's the point of being American. We don't always have to agree. But I hope we can agree on this point. We claim that we're sad over 9/11 15 years ago, and it was 9/12 that Monday Night Football was on, so it's the day after 9/11, and we're so American that we care. And what do they do at the beginning of the Los Angeles Rams versus San Francisco 49ers game? They talked a little bit about 9/11. But you know that sports journalism and sports coverage is in the toilet when they showed Kaepernick and the other 49ers player kneeling more than they did the flag. When you have the audacity to show that moronic, punk-ass bitch more than the flag, 15 years after 3,000 people died on that day when those planes hit those two towers, you're morons, guys. Come on. Are you serious? They wouldn't have been able to do that back in 2001 with Dante Culpepper if he was so against the flag. But because it's 15 years later and we've moved on, it's okay to show Kaepernick more than, let's say, if soldiers were there or the actual flag. The fact that you keep on showing Kaepernick is ridiculous. Hey, to all these sports networks and all these sports talk show hosts and all these sports journalists and all these sports article writers in any magazine or newspaper that's left, how about we try this idea? We go back to thinking about why you guys wanted to go into sports journalism. You sit down, you go in your rocking chair, you put the feet up, and you relax, and you come up with actual ideas, and you go back to actually breaking down the game, because you're a quote-unquote sports analyst, and you quit talking about Kaepernick. And if you're so American, and you're so outraged by what he's doing, you quit talking about this weasel. And you actually talk about how Blaine Gabbert was pretty good. But if you guys keep on talking about Kaepernick, and you keep giving him what he wants, then you're not sports journalism, you're sports tabloids. Just admit it. You want to be TMZ. Come on. Call me. 856-49-HOPPY. That is 856-49-HOPPY. All right, here's the deal. We're going to come back on Hoppy Hour, and I'm going to give you my take. As Obama's daughter is getting a lot of criticism as she's being caught drinking underage, and she's being caught smoking weed, and I will explain why the hate she is getting is utterly ridiculous. Tweet me at Ryan Hoppy Radio, and you can chat me via the Hoppy Radio app in the Google Play and iPhone shop. We will be right back on Hoppy Hour after this. Do not touch that computer mouse, that tablet, however the hell you are listening to this riveting show.
Hoppy Hour.
What up? What is happening? This is Ryan Hoppy from the award-winning Hoppy Hour podcast, and I'm here today to talk about my new Michelle. What's up? Prepaid of Gulfport, which carries T-Mobile, Go Smart Mobile, Simple Mobile, and Ultra Mobile services. All of their plans are no contract, so you don't have to worry about that. And they are powered by the T-Mobile network. They have an unlimited plan for any budget. So maybe you're behind on bills and you don't have a lot of money right now, but you want to have an unlimited plan. Trust me when I say Simply Prepaid of Gulfport is the place to go to. You can bring in your own device or take advantage of their large assortment of handsets. If you bring in your old device from another carrier, you can get a free phone with no contract if you transfer your number from the other carrier. So that is one of the most badass features about them. One of the best things about Simply Prepaid of Gulfport is they carry a full assortment of accessories for your tablet or smartphone, and they even do repairs. So maybe something is acting up with your phone and you don't know who to turn to, trust me when I say Simply Prepaid of Gulfport is the place to go to. And they even have very convenient cell phone classes. So maybe you're behind on the whole smartphone phenomenon and you want to catch up. Maybe you need to know about it for your new job, or you just want to fit in with all the cool kids. Head on over to Simply Prepaid of Gulfport and they can hook you up with some good classes. If you tell them that Ryan Hoppe sent you, you can get a free gift with any repair or activation. And now you're probably wondering, how can I get in contact with such a great deal? They are at 5014 Gulfport Boulevard South. And if you know where
drinking
Gulfport
water.
Boulevard South is, trust me, it's not hard. When you cross 49th Street going west on the 22nd Avenue South, it becomes Gulfport Boulevard. So it's not hard to find. It's very convenient. And trust me, Patrick and everybody at Simply Prepaid of Gulfport, they're reliable, they're humble, and they are there to help you out. If you want to call them, it's not hard. It's 727-331-1934. That is 727-331-1934. I'm a man of my word. Trust me when I say Simply Prepaid of Gulfport is the best in the Bay.
From Chicago to Cleveland to Tampa Bay, you are plugged into Happy Hour.
All right, welcome back to Happy Hour. I am your host, Ryan Hoppe. The phone lines are open. Give me a call. 856-49-HOPPE. That is 856-49-HOPPE. Tweet me at Ryan Hoppe Radio and give my app in the Google Play and iPhone shop by searching up Hoppe Radio. Hoppe Radio. Now, I don't want to dwell on this too much because most of the media recently has been crushing Obama's daughter, Malia, for drinking underage and smoking weed. Wow! And it's utterly ridiculous. Say what you want about Obama as a president or the things he has done, if it's Obamacare, or if he's put us in debt. However you feel about Barry. If you like Barry or you don't like Barry, that doesn't mean that the front page should be his daughter with, there's pics of her next to bongs, and there's pics of her playing beer pong. There's no exact picture of her smoking the bong. There was one of her holding the joint at a music fest, but there's no exact video of her smoking a bong. There's no exact video of her chugging beer. So when the media, crushes Obama's daughter for doing this, I find it ridiculous. Because how would you like to be in the White House for 8 years, from the age of 10 to the age of 18, and now her face wasn't shown a lot, but you're one of the most known teenage daughters in the whole world, even if we don't know a lot about her. And the fact that she didn't live a normal time growing up, this is her time where she feels free. So I find it utterly ridiculous that the media is trying to make it seem bad that she's potentially smoking weed or drinking. Wow. No one's ever drank underage before. I'm positive that every single person in the media that's trying to throw her under the bus or that is writing nonpartisan articles or is defending her, they all have drank underage. And if you haven't, you're a goody two-shoes. Good for you. It's utterly ridiculous, it's unoriginal, and you're beating a dead horse when you're talking about it over and over. Wow, there's pictures. And here's the other thing I love about it too, is she does need to make new friends. I don't care if Malia Obama smokes weed or drinks. We shouldn't care. Because weed's about to be legal and everybody underage drinks. Let's be honest here. But here's the thing. She needs to find new friends because these pictures are being taken of her and then sold to the media, and it's getting out there. And the one picture you see of her by the beer pong table, she's looking right at the camera, and she has the face of, oh, crap. Now, I would go up to that person that's taking the Snapchat of her, or that is taking the pic and then tweeting it out, and I would say, How much do I have to pay you to make that go away? And whoever actually thinks it's cool to throw her under the bus and do it anonymously at a party, you're a loser. You're not a friend. If you think that's cool, then you're going nowhere in life. And I'm not trying to be mean when I'm saying that. I'm not trying to be a shock jock. I'm creative. There's nothing much going on in your life if you find that entertaining or if you think that's a good way to make money. I just think she needs to find new friends. I feel like because she's 18 and her dad's about to be out of the office and she's about to go be a freshman at a university, I think she's a bit antsy. I think she just wants to experience the world, and we kind of need to leave her alone. And anybody that thinks that she's the first daughter of the president to act up, remember when George Bush's daughters were acting up probably in 2005 or 2006? No, because social media wasn't out back then, and we seem to forget about it. So everybody acts up, everybody drinks, some people smoke weed. If you think that's riveting, and I'm going to say this, the Daily Mail that had that as their front of the website, if you think that's good just because it's clickbait and people will check out your articles, you're better than that, because I use you guys as the news source. I was just very annoyed when I saw that. All right, I saw this headline here too, and it cracked me up because I haven't ever taken a train that much. I used to take a train when I would go from the racetrack that was right by my house in the good old mean suburbs of Chicago. I was in a good neighborhood. And I would take it to Milwaukee Avenue, and I would walk off and walk towards Dance Factory Radio, where I interned at. Because my parents didn't know that it was a good neighborhood, so the first few months they didn't trust me taking my car to the internship in a good neighborhood. So I had to take the train. And now, I never saw anything weird on the train. I saw teens that were on Molly at 5 in the morning when I would leave my internship. I heard arguments, but I never saw this. Even when I took the CTA in Chicago, I remember one time these guys that looked like they might be in a gang were showing me a video of them. How do I word this? They're with a girl, and there's multiple guys. There you go. And they were bragging about it. And it seemed like an okay video. Like, it was weird. I walked away, or I tried to move on the CTA. I'm like, I don't need to see your orgy video. So that was weird. That's probably the weirdest thing that ever happened to me on the train, is seeing a guy doing an orgy in a video and him just showing it to me as if it's a pic of his daughter or his cat. But I've never seen this. This is from the New York Post. Bum is caught choking the chicken in broad daylight next to the kiosk. That's there for the Wi-Fi. The act of choking the chicken is already an unpleasant and creepy look. Nobody has ever thought about that act and gone, oh my God, that is so sensual. Oh my God, there's a lot of romance that comes out of that act. No, it's a gross act. It doesn't look good. Our faces never look good whenever a guy chokes a chicken. So I can't imagine when you see a homeless man in New York City in broad daylight, so during the day, not even at 2 or 3 in the morning, just going at it. This homeless man brought the wrong type of jack. Okay, that's the New York Post trying to be funny. Get it? To one of the city's new internet-enabled charging areas. So you're trying to just charge your phone. Your phone's at 5%. You're trying to get to the business meeting. You're new to New York City, or you're on vacation there and you just want to see the city. And then you just see a guy choking a chicken. That must be just pleasant. A Murray Hill resident was horrified when she witnessed a vagrant chicken choker outside a charging area on 3rd Avenue after she was walking her dog Sunday morning. She says, I have noticed this kind of thing at charging areas, but this one was incredibly intense. I feel so bad for her. It's Sunday morning. I bet she's tired. She has to walk the dog. The dog has to go to the restroom. And you just see a guy having romance with himself. Oh, that's great. She rushed her dog home and returned to take a few pics as what she said was happy humping at the charging area. Okay. I don't know what I would do if I saw somebody doing that. I get that she's trying to catch the pervert because it says here he was barefoot and he was wearing a light blue t-shirt with a long vest, which is kind of weird to wear. But I don't know if I would go back just because I don't want to see that act ever. When they zoom in on that area during intercourse, during a porn, let's be honest here. We all go 2 minutes into the porn. We click and we go, okay, I can't see that. There's nothing about that that I ever want to see. So I give her credit that she was cool with going home and then walking back and seeing that. That's hideous. The cop said that there was nothing they can do unless it was happening and the cops got there and they were going to try and have a cop report. So basically, she goes back after seeing the guy choking the chicken, and she drops off her dog, and she calls the cop while watching it. I'm not saying she's a nosy person, but what's the cop going to do? The guy's going to be done within 2 to 3 minutes. So with all the madness that goes on in the biggest city in the world, one of them, New York City, one of the NYPD cops in their blue outfit is going to come to 3rd Avenue to get a guy in for choking the chicken. Now, if this was at a playground or somewhere worse, yes, tackle the guy. Get him out of there. But it's at a charging area. Someone else is going to call the cops. I just think it's weird that you would want to see that and put that much effort into a creepy guy. It says here, I was getting ready for work and I was worried about the other people that saw it. And then I began screaming at him. Well, when you're screaming at him, you might actually be making him more into the emotion, or you're not proving a point because maybe he likes when people get mad at him for doing that. So I don't think when she went, hey, pull your pants up, quit doing that, please. I see that. I don't need to see it. You're not doing anything. I'm not trying to be rude. It's just the fact that she put in that much effort. Good for her. I'm glad they're trying to catch people like that. I just think it's weird that she would want to see the action again. All right. I also saw this in the news, and I always wonder what goes on at these music fests. Like, let's say a music show like the Grammys or one of the film fests. Any of these shows that are classy and there's galas and people dress up, I often wonder what happens at these after parties and just how kinky and crazy the people are. Especially at a show like the Sundance Music Fest, or Film Fest rather, where they're all dressed up and they're proper and they're showing movies that are so hip and awesome, trying to overcompensate for being nerds growing up. So now they made a really artsy movie. Well, a wealthy couple forced a woman into a violent threesome at the film fest. Come on. I feel like a film fest is supposed to be a laid-back time where you get drunk on wine, maybe do some drugs. I mean, we've seen it in the show Entourage, and we've seen it in other shows, in real-life pics from the paparazzi on TMZ. We see what goes on at those film fests. But you guys are the scum of the earth. If you get off on a violent threesome, you need to be locked up for a month just to get your life together. The alleged victims in their 20s met Anna Hardcastle and Michael Taylor in a bar in Utah where they were there for the film fest. And that's got to be weird, too, for all the residents in Utah because it's a Mormon area. It's very conservative. They're nice people. They're very traditional. And it has to be weird that one time every year, Utah has paparazzi. It has social media everywhere. It has to be weird that one time a year you see debauchery, there's people drunk everywhere. It has to be weird that you're used to everything being clean cut, and for that 1 week, it's insanity. They said that she was assaulted in her hotel room after being given alcohol and drugs. The suspects were taken in on Friday. And whatever the maximum prison time or jail time is for this couple, give it to them and make sure they don't get off on probation. Because they're a good-looking couple. They would seem like a couple that would never have a violent threesome. So what I'm getting at is this whole precedent I've been talking about the last few months, where good-looking people or athletes that are getting away with rape, but we wonder why it keeps going on. We should set a precedent by giving them maximum time. Because it's very cruel, inhuman, and creepy to do that at a film fest where you should be relaxing. Here's what the guy said. Here's his defense. She said she liked it rough, so I gave her what she wanted. Here's the thing. Maybe she likes it sort of rough, you know. But if she liked it as rough as she said she liked it, you wouldn't have to get her drunk and blacked out on drugs to do what you thought was violent and rough. If you guys were so innocent and you guys were just kind of a kinky couple, maybe a little weird, but nothing wrong with you guys, you wouldn't have to drug her to get the job done. But the fact that you had to get her drunk, and then you're saying, yeah, but she said she liked it rough, I don't know what I did wrong, then you're proving the point that you're perverts and you're pieces of dirt. Just saying. No big deal. She likes it rough, but she had scratch marks on her upper body, suction marks on her neck, bruises all over, and bite marks on her arm, and a bit in lower lip, and vaginal pain. But no. We just did a little bit. No, we didn't attack her and rape her or anything. We just, gave it to her rough. Get the hell out of here. They have been charged with object rape and sodomy, while the female is being charged with rape and forcible sexual abuse charges. After meeting in a bar, the jet-setting couple invited the woman to a Sundance after party. But first they had to go to her hotel room. So you're excited, you're getting invited to an after party. That's my dream, is to go to a fest and get invited to like a Grammys after party or VMAs, anything. It sounds awesome. So I bet she's happy. She's like, this is going to be fun. And then this happens. And they gave her 4 pills of ecstasy. But no. We just did it a little rough. We didn't do anything wrong. And she says everything went black. And she woke up with tears in her eyes, and her eyes were bloodshot red. But whatever. It says here that they are a couple that have been to Barcelona, Rome, and Ibiza within the last month. So they're a rich couple that gets off on being kinky and seeing the world, and they think their crap doesn't smell and that they're better than everybody. Well, I'm glad they got caught. And I hope that their creepy actions don't keep on happening. And I hope that it gets prosecuted to the fullest. All right, here's the deal. I'm going to come back on Hoppy Hour. Call me first, 856-49-HOPPY. That is 856-49-HOPPY. Tweet at me at Ryan Hoppy Radio and get the Hoppy Radio app in the Google Play and iPhone shop by searching up Hoppy Radio. If you have a band, or you're a rapper, or you're an EDM artist, and you're not signed to a label, and you want to get exposure on Hoppy Hour, this award-winning podcast in 2015 by the Creative Loafing, it's not hard. Email me, ryanhoppyradio@gmail.com, because Facebook Live doesn't like when I would play music that was licensed, even though YouTube was cool with it and Spreaker was cool with it. And me playing a song isn't going to take money out of the artist's pocket because they get like 5 cents residuals. But whatever, Facebook. Freak out over me playing a song on the Facebook Live that gets 400 views. But anyway, I am going to play If Rap Don't Work by the Bogus Boys. And if you want to hear your music heard on here. It's RyanHoppyRadio@gmail.com. We will be right back on Hoppy Hour. After this, do not touch that computer mouse, that tablet, however the hell you are tuned into my show.
Hoppy Hour.
Let's go, man.
Playing, boy. What you saying, boy?
Tommy for the win there.
Yeah. Rap don't work. Back to the project. With the vacant soul slaving over that project. I still gotta make quota, so now I'm back to doing what I was doing before I even knew how to rap. What was that? Follow you round.
What's up, Lydia?
I
see that Paul Cubby Bryant from 103.5 KCU in New York City watching. I appreciate it, dude.
Say it's a gold, running your crib, lay you on the floor, put the polio real, like you know what this is, homie, open that safe, and either lower that quick or catch a hole in your face. See, around the way I'm known for doing home and fame, all types of grimy licks, nigga, you name it. South business, gotta get it, pimpin', I'm about money. That's what'll happen if this rapping shit don't work out for you.
Rap don't work, it's back to the block. I'm in the kitchen, nigga, cooking the rock. We make it pop, pop. I'm good with the pop. Now what it do? We ready to rock. I keep my faith on my mind. Stay on the grind. You never catch a hustler struggling, that's out of line. I'm steady flipping zippers, you flipping dimes. And I bet you ain't with a chopper, ain't precise it in mine. Still clock and squeeze, I ain't gon' talk about it. I treat this money like the father, never leave without it here. If you got it, and I'm feeling like I want it bad, I stick his ass up fast for that little cash. Give it up, you want it done right, better do it yourself. The more mix you need,
Oh, thank you, Melissa. You can always watch me here. I haven't gone anywhere.
County in the back, mixing up the chemicals. Yeah, rap don't work and niggas still gotta eat. You wanna beat big Ruger, keep a lot of heat. Yeah, even my baby mama keep it in the baby seat. Show money, blow money every other week. Rap don't work, it's back to the block. I'm in the kitchen, nigga, cooking the rock. We make it pop, pop. I'm good with the pop. Now what it do? We ready to rock, rock. If rap don't work, I ain't finna trip. I'ma take it to the block and chop another zip. Fat rat sitting back watching Dro tip. $100 bills.
I will be back in about 58 seconds.
Another hit. Check the spins on the BDS. I'm a star and they ain't seen me on the TV yet. Even if it's wet, I'ma make it flip. Rap don't work, it's back out of town taking trips.
Hey, Mooney, I see you got your buzz up, but if rapping don't work for you, what you gonna do?
Back to the block, baby.
Yeah, you had to.
It's back to the block. I'm in the kitchen, nigga, cooking the rock. We make it pop, pop. I'm good with the pop.
What's up, Chef? I can play another song in a minute. All right, sounds good. All right, perfect.
Syndicated on IRS and heard around the world on the Hoppy Radio app. You are tuned in to Hoppy Hour.
All right, welcome back to Hoppy Hour. I am your host, Ryan Hoppy. I'm about to end the show. Tomorrow, I will be answering phones for Roger and JP on 102.5 The Bone. So make sure you tune in to the best midday talk show in all of America, on the best talk show platform in all of America, known as 102.5 The Bone, in this great radio market. Quick plug. And then check me out, RyanHoppyRadio.com. Get the Hoppy Radio app in the Google Play and iPhone shop by searching up Hoppy Radio. And the phone lines are open. So call me at 856 856-49-HOPPY. That's 856-49-HOPPY. And tweet at me at Ryan Hoppy Radio. You can call me and be like the anonymous number from 440 in Cleveland that called, and I played it in the beginning of the show, and said I was a C munch and a runt, and you replaced the R with a C. You can leave riveting voicemails like that. 856-49-HOPPY. All right, this is a topic that I've been thinking about lately that's really been on my mind. I have a lot of downtime because I'm single, and I do a lot of overnight shifts. I work out, I do this show, I do a lot of active things, so I'm really working on me time and relaxing and just appreciating the moment. So I've been watching a lot more TV lately. If it's HBO Go or Showtime, anytime. Shout out to my friend that gave me those packages. And then my friend gave me the package for Hulu and Netflix too. All right. This shall be unique. I cannot wait for this. This shall be good. We have a call that is coming in from a Cleveland area code. All right, let's see how this goes. Happy hour. Who's this?
Hello?
Happy hour. Who's this?
Yo, this is Wally from Akron, man. What's going on, buddy?
What's up, dude? How's it going, man?
Going good, buddy. I used to listen to you on the other station.
Hell yeah, dude. And you're listening to me now, a year and a half later. I appreciate it, dude.
Not a problem, man. Not a problem. They're from Akron, Ohio. Akron, Ohio.
Dude, there's this one bar in downtown Akron that I had a fun night at. It's a country music bar. I forget the name of it. But, dude, the girls that night in April, oh, my God, were they drop dead gorgeous. They were out of my league. I had no chance with them. But those girls at that country music bar is the reason why I like Akron, my man. And LeBron's from there.
Harry Buffalo.
It may have been that. I did live by around the corner and Harry Buffalo in Cleveland, in Lakewood, and I miss every second of it. I love every second of Cleveland. I'm going to be visiting for about a day or two during Christmas break. But what's up, man? What do you want to say on Happy Hour?
Nothing, man. Just wanted to say keep doing what you're doing, man, and I'm going to continue to listen to you and support you, buddy.
Hell yeah, bro. And now, spread the word to everybody in Cleveland, Canton, and Akron, because that area will always have a place in my heart for the 4 months I was there, 1/3 of a year, and I appreciate you listening, Wally.
Problem, man, and don't go back to Chicago anytime soon.
No, come on, man. That's just one part of town. Chicago's not that bad. You know that. All right, thank you, Wally. Wow! A message that was nice. Wally's listening. He wanted to call in. When I saw a 330 area code number, I'll be honest, I got a little nervous. I'm not afraid of confrontation, but wow! I have a listener in Akron. The numbers have been up from Cleveland, Canton, Akron, Avon Lake. I appreciate you guys listening up there. It's a very good radio market. The fans are diehard. All right. But back to my point that I was talking about before. Here's something I've been thinking about recently. Remember back in the day when you were excited about shows like Lost and Prison Break and Alias and CSI Miami and CSI? Like, remember when CSI first came out and everybody went crazy? And even in the 80s, you have Magnum PI, Miami Vice, you had SWAT in the 70s, The Man from U.N.C.L.E. 50 years ago. I miss when TV was scheduled programming, because you weren't as pressured to keep up with the Joneses and make sure that you watch every new Netflix show in a weekend to fit in with everybody at the office. I miss the days when you had to wait a whole summer to find out what was going to happen with Michael Scofield on Prison Break. And I miss the days when you had nothing to watch during the summer because all that was on was some lame reality show and reruns or some sitcom that was on for 4 episodes in the fall and then they reran the episodes during the summer. I had a lot of downtime because I was born without any siblings. and I didn't really fit in until high school, kind of. So I had a lot of downtime to watch TV. So I miss the old days, kind of, when you weren't as pressured to watch all the shows that are out now. Like, I'm right now caught in 2005. I'm on season 6 of The Sopranos. And let me just say that everybody needs to do a favor and forget about all the new shows that are out on Netflix, and you need to watch The Sopranos. It is the best acting I have ever seen on any TV show. After I'm done with The Sopranos, I'm going to rewatch The Wire. But The Sopranos potentially might be a better show than The Wire. It's really good. The Sopranos blows Sons of Anarchy out of the water. Sons of Anarchy's acting seems like a porno compared to how flawless and how bone-chilling the acting is for The Sopranos. Just saying. Boardwalk Empire is good. But I saw this article. Guess how many shows aired this year? If it's cable, if it's Netflix, Hulu, Amazon, if it's basic cable, or if it's HBO, Cinemax, Showtime, Stars. Picture how many shows aired. I'll give you 5 seconds to think. You ready? 14,000 shows aired in 2015. That is mind-boggling to me. That is way too much TV. And there were 450 new original shows. And I feel pressured that I have to watch each show, because what ends up happening is I'll watch one show, then I'll watch another show. Like, I'm watching the show Ballers, I'm watching Ray Donovan, I'm watching Power, and The Sopranos and Aqua Teen within the last few months. And then I'll be watching The Sopranos, and I'm half awake, and I'm like, where's Tommy from Power? Or I'll be watching Ray Donovan, and I'm like, where's The Sopranos? Or I'll be watching another show like Ballers, and I'm like, where's Meewat from Aqua Teen? There's so many shows out now that I literally watch each and every show. All 5 that I'm watching right now, Ballers, Power, Sopranos, Aqua Teen, and Ray Donovan. And I get so overwhelmed. I don't get, and call me at 856-49-HOPPY. That's 856-49-HOPPY. Maybe it's because I'm not 35 years old. And maybe it's because I have ADHD, so I can't focus. But going back to my point about being 35 and you live in a nice house and you're over the idea of going out and you have kids and your downtime is watching TV. Maybe it's because I'm not old enough. I just don't get the whole idea of binge watching. It took me 3 years to finish Sons of Anarchy, because then I went to a radio school, then I worked in Cleveland, then I moved to Tampa. I can't sit there and watch all 13 episodes of Making a Murderer or any show on Netflix. How do you guys do it? It's utter insanity. That's a half a day you spend on the whole weekend sitting on your butt. Maybe it's because I'm trying to grind and make it in radio that I feel like I need to do something each and every day. Or I feel like I need to hit the gym, because if I take one day off, I feel fat. Maybe it's because I'm born differently, because I take 4 meds a day, and I'm very hyper, and I drink caffeine. I just don't have the power to sit there, no pun intended, because I like power, and just watch all this TV in a row. And they said that it's going to get even bigger as time goes on. And then the other thing, too, is it's really weird. I was looking at the upcoming TV schedule for this fall. And I remember back in the day, I'd be so excited for it, because I didn't have cable. So you would get into these shows on Fox that were canceled after 10 episodes, but were brilliant, like Human Target, or The Good Guys, or The Loop. There was a bunch of shows that Fox aired that were great. The Good Family on ABC, the cartoon. I was often into these shows, and they were creative back then. They were good. They were original. But I was looking at what's coming up this fall on network TV. And I'm just going to be watching Brooklyn Nine-Nine and however long that new show is, Son of Zorn, however long it's going to be on. It's a cartoon where it's a cartoon guy based off of He-Man, and his ex-wife is Cheryl Hines, and he's coming back after living in like a He-Man type of world. He's trying to be a father for his kid that he hasn't seen in 17 years because he's a deadbeat. And that show is pretty good. So you have that and Brooklyn Nine-Nine. But I look at all these shows that are coming up on NBC, Fox, for network TV. They bitch and moan, and they go, why aren't people watching our original programming, even though it's Rocky Horror movie picture, or it's Lethal Weapon, the show, on Fox. You have 2 remakes going on Fox, and you have a bunch of sitcoms with laugh tracks, and a bunch of shows about detectives that are edgy, and they have one-liners. And TV executives from network TV wonder why nobody's watching their networks anymore. It's because you have shows with one name, and you have the same thing, the grumpy detective, the wacky sidekick, the criminal that somehow keeps escaping. And you guys are just a dying platform. You need to be more edgier. And Fox is doing the right thing with Son of Zorn. I don't know how long it's going to be on. It's actually a good show. So Fox will probably cancel it after 8 episodes. But when I saw that they made a Rocky Horror show and Lethal Weapon, I was like, ugh, you're out of ideas. All right, 856-49-HOPPY. That's 856-49-HOPPY. I just love to watch TV, and I wanted to talk about it. Especially when I read that article last month where the TV executive from NBC, one of the higher-ups, was mad that the Olympics was one of the least watched Olympics of all time. And he goes, those darn millennials didn't watch the Olympics. And it's like, well, yeah, because millennials don't watch network TV. So I was annoyed by that too. So I just think by 2026, network TV will be a dead platform if you guys don't have more original shows like Brooklyn Nine-Nine, where you actually find the jokes and you don't need a laugh track for every single line. Sheldon walks in. Hey, Penny. Hey, Sheldon. How's your morning going? Shut up, Penny. I didn't get any sleep. Leonard walks in. Don't talk to my girl like that. And then the 2 broke girls walk in. Oh my God, we're broke and we're hot. And then Sheen walks in and goes, I have HIV, everybody. And here's the reaction on every CBS sitcom combined. So yeah, if you guys want any advice, network TV, and you'd want me to be a consultant, trust me when I say that the laugh track needs to go away. Or else you're just going to keep on dumbing down America, and you're going to keep on dumbing down the middle-aged people that are used to the laugh track and think it's funny, but the laugh track is there because the jokes aren't funny, and you're trying to convince us that it's funny. And us millennials don't like the laugh track. Trust me. But hey, maybe I'm just a little podcast out of Tampa. Hey, maybe I'm wrong. But watch. The sitcom will be dead in 10 years. But maybe I'm wrong. Ugh. I'm never going to be able to watch a current sitcom ever again after listening to that annoying sound effect. And now you guys are probably annoyed with that, me playing that over and over again. Look up The Big Bang Theory, no laugh track, and it will change the way you think about sitcoms forever. The jokes aren't funny, and they play some in there to make you think it's funny. So now I'm going to ruin sitcoms for you forever. But hey, That's why I'm here, to speak the truth.
About to end, but first, it's time for last call.
My guy Jeffrey Wright checked in and said that they're going to be making a new Trek show this January. I mean, that's okay that they're making another sci-fi show, but it's like, okay, another remake. Like, I'm not hating on it. I know Trekkies are going to love that another show is on. But, I mean, another Trek show, Lethal Weapon, Rocky Horror Movie Picture, every sitcom ever. You got to think outside the box. I get that Trekkies are really happy over the show. And I'm happy that Jeff's happy over it. My mom's going to love the show, but you got to come up with new ideas. But maybe that's just me. And I have Netflix and Hulu. But maybe I will check out Trek because I kind of like it. I like the idea of sci-fi. All right. Happy hour is about to end. But that doesn't mean that it's over with. You can get the Hoppe Radio app in the Google Play and iPhone shop by searching up Hoppe Radio, Hoppe Radio, and you can listen to me anywhere in the world. I don't care if you're in Tampa Bay, or if you're in Cleveland, or if you're in Chicago, or Auckland, New Zealand, you can listen to me anywhere in the world. Go to my website, RyanHoppeRadio.com, tweet at me, Ryan Hoppe Radio. And guess what my email could be? Guess! RyanHoppeRadio@gmail.com. This has been brought to you by Solis Graphics out of Duluth, Minnesota. You like how I said that with my Midwest accent? My guy, Nicholas Seymour, makes the official Happy Hour decals. They're just $2, just $2. Go to tinyurl.com/happyhourdecal. That's tinyurl.com/happyhourdecal. For just $2, you can spread the word of this riveting show. Also, Simply Prepaid at T-Mobile and Gulfport is my other sponsor. They are at 727-331-9034. That's 727-331-9034. And if you go there at 5014 Gulfport Boulevard South, and you tell Tony and Patrick McVicker and Ryan in the tech department that I sent you, they will hook you up with a badass deal. And that is 727-331-1934. That's 727-331-1934. All right, I am out of breath. I am sweaty. Like I said, ranting for an hour should be a workout on MyFitnessPal because I sweat a lot during this. Anyway, this has been Happy Hour. I am your host, Ryan Hoppe, saying peace out, and I appreciate you listening to this riveting show known as Happy Hour.
Happy hour is now over, but you can always listen 24/7 by getting the app or going to RyanHoppeRadio.com.